Hey guys, hello people. Hey, 1 2 1 2, mic test, test. Gröten. Hey buddy. Just trying to work out some kinks with the live stream, and then I will get cracking with a bit of a live build for you. Yeah, I thought so. I thought as much. At the same time though, I'm not really moving too much, so maybe I'm the slideshow. Alright, cool. Alright, let's see. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, look, to be honest, I think it's my laptop which is acting up. I'm just going to try and do a little thing here. The video might cut out now. I had this problem before, but it solved itself after a bit of time. That's where it cut out. Alright, just checking YouTube now. It's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Let's have a look here. Stream settings. It says that stream status is poor. Look, I think that my laptop may not be up to the task to do this stream. Maybe if I down the streaming quality. It kind of sucks, but alright, so let's see if this works. Custom resolution. Hey Sneff, how's it going? Don't mind me, I'm trying to work out some video problems here. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I love what you're doing with your projects, especially that new custom chassis that you're doing at the moment. Looks lovely. let's try these settings out. Something like this. Hopefully that is looking better. Seems less choppy now. I did have to drop the quality down a bit though. But let's see how this feels for you guys. Please let me know what the video is like. And since this is a laptop stream, then it's only the streaming quality is only going to be this bad for this particular stream because this is my main working PC and it's currently going to get updated. It does seem like it's still hacking a bit. So drop me an update how the stream is for you guys. Awesome here, Sniff, thanks. Alright, so we've got stream, we've got video here. Output scaled. Alright, great, so we might be able to get started then. So I might not pay attention to YouTube and their algorithm. 1 frame per second for Snef. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, look, I think it's a buffering problem. What I might do, I might try and add in the video capture again into the scene and see what happens there. I can disable autofocus. I will have to be moving the camera around a bit though because I only have the one camera. So, manual focus. So was it manual focus that was the problem? Or maybe because I wasn't in the picture? No, it's not a webcam, I've got my DSLR. My Canon 90D. So let's see here. Let's lower the volume a bit. Going to move my laptop so that I can see you guys while I'm talking. Alright, something like this. Well, I might try and get this thing started then. This is my PC, my daily driver. I've had this PC now up and running for the last 1.5, almost 2 years I think. And alright, great. So basically I've done a small upgrade on this PC just recently after I had completed it. Now originally this PC had an MSI Carbon X EK motherboard with its special water block on it, and I swapped that out for the Z590 Glacial, which is the one currently installed, because I had the opportunity to work with that motherboard, and the motherboard really suits in with the aesthetics. Same graphics card as the previous build though, with the it's an EVGA 4-to-Win 3 RTX 3080, and it's been a really good card, no problems whatsoever. I've got some plans to change the water block for that for the new Vector 2, or the Vector Squared active water block and backplate cooling. I have a CPU which I want to upgrade. This is currently running a 10900K. I have an 11900K, and I want to change out the RAM for, these are currently 3200 megahertz at CL18 or CL20. These are Corsair special edition ones. I want to change those out because I've gotten some very nice Predator Apollo RGB RAM which I would like to put in there. The speed is 3600 megahertz at CL16, so it's a really good kit. I want to rotate the graphics card so that it's then sitting in the slot like it should be instead of hanging like it is. Gravity hasn't been too kind to it, as you can see. And I also want to install another M.2 SSD. That's a 1 terabyte. Same case. This is the 909EK. It has dual 480mm radiators, and on the inside I've got 8 fans. 4 are pull, the other 4 are push. The fans inside are the noise blocker E-loops, 120mm, fantastic. They've got RGB, but you can't see the RGB because of the rad fans in the way. Also, all of this PC is connected together with quick disconnects, so it should be nice and simple to just disconnect everything and put it up. So once I get the components out of this, I'll put them to the side, I'll put my case down on the floor, and then I can work on the components on this little workbench and have my little spot just behind me there where I can, you know, put parts to the side and, you know, packaging and all that type of stuff. So what do you think? Should we get going? Video and sound still good? Is there any questions regarding the PC as it is? And those 2 are populated. Yes. So I want to give you a quick view of the RAM. Now I actually don't know how good this is going to look. I'll just turn autofocusing on once again and see how. Okay. So this is the RAM. This is the Predator Apollo RGB. Aluminium heatsink here and here. Has acrylic. It also has a silver sticker. None of that is actually visible. The only thing that is visible is this side. And here you will have just a bit of aluminium on the sides. This looks to be some kind of anodized silver. It's not a paint. And also the Predator text in a silver as well. I've put these into a system. I've turned them on. This light bar has a very strong and very bright light. Beautiful colors, and all 4 of these sticks together. It looks really, really cool. So Predator have been very nice to send these over so that I can use them in my system, as well as a 1 terabyte stick. and that is an amazing upgrade for the PC from what it currently is running now. One thing which is not installed also is this is the M2 key. Now this actually fits into the DIM2 key. It actually fits into the motherboard there. And this houses two M.2 PCIe, what would I call them, like M.2 SSDs. And the new SSD will have to actually be installed onto the motherboard underneath the water block. And as we're installing the CPU, that's where I will be installing the M.2 as well at the same time. So this is the Predator M.2. Now there is some kind of foam backing with a sticker. The idea is that you peel the sticker off and then you replace it with a, there we go, and you replace it with an aluminium heatsink. Now I'm not going to use the heatsink, so I have to remove the sticker, and also have to remove this thermal tape, which is currently installed here. So the thermal tape will be removed to expose the bare memory chips. Hey look, I can already do it here. As that's actually something which is not needed, as this will be water cooled later on with a thermal pad. So that's pretty cool. So let's see. Yes, both are good. We love them. Sad that they don't have a reseller here. A reseller for the Predator. I'm pretty sure that these guys are trying to get out into the European market, so hopefully this marketing that I'm doing for these guys will help with awareness and getting some products on store shelves. So, let's see, I'll turn off the system, disconnect the graphics card, pull it out of the system, put that to the side, disconnect the motherboard and put that to the side as well, and then we can get started on fixing some components. Okay, so let's see now. So, this is one heavy PC. Now, funny story regarding these right angle adapters. Let's see. Now these adapters, let's go back here. These adapters, which I just pull out, these are a 180-degree adapter so that you can connect PCIe cables into a graphics card in, which is really great for tight spaces. When I first got these, so I bought these from eBay. no, not eBay, Amazon Germany, before the Swedish one opened up. And I had plugged in all of my cables and plugged in these right angle adapters, and for whatever reason the PSU was tripping, the safety was tripping, and it turned out that there was some kind of problem with the upgrade. Now, I upgraded the GPU and the motherboard at the same time, so I had to do a little bit of problem solvings to find out what the problem actually was, and I had managed to rip apart the entire system before I turned my attention to these things here. It was only after I had peeled up some of the sticky tape. Yeah, it was on this one here. I had peeled up some of the sticky tape on the solder joints on this particular right angle adapter, and I noticed that a ground and a power, a 12 volt power, were actually soldered together. It was this one here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it was that one right there. And it was because of these two tripping that my actual system wouldn't turn on. So these could have potentially fried my system. I'm glad they didn't. But a quick 2-second solder job, I was able to remove some of that goop and got these bad boys working. So, popping those out of the way. Let's see, I need a screwdriver. Need some screws. I just have to remember how I actually removed this GPU now. It's kind of stuck in there. I think I undid these two first. One. Right, that's what I need to do. So... Why the hell is this not coming out? Ah, I see. Okay, so I have to remove this cable from the inside. Oh, this is already beginning to be a nightmare. Stay. I'm currently using one of these, it's a cable mod. No, sorry, this is the EK one. This is the old version of the EK vertical adapter, which actually has an offset so that the GPU sticks out a bit from the PCIe slots. Now, the reason why this one was chosen, I can't remember. I think it had to do with clearance issues at some point, somewhere. But one thing that made it pretty tricky to install and uninstall, oh shit, that was not good, is the fact that there are cables which have to be connected on the inside of this area here. And in order for me to get the graphics card out, I have to disconnect. I have to disconnect the cable before I can get it out, so hooray for progress. I wonder if it's possible that I can... Oh, okay, do this. I need my ruler. Just latch that back into place. In all honesty, this is one of the fiddliest parts of the entire project. Just with the cables, and this would be so great because after the upgrade, I won't have to poke these cables anymore. Won't have to do anything with right angle adapters. So I think it'll just be amazing. There we go, got those out. Thank God. So now I can pull the GPU out, and at the same time as I angle it out, I have to find the RGB cable. I don't know where that is though. Alright, that one's connected directly into the motherboard. There we go. Disconnected. And now I have two quick disconnects. One, two. Okay, so that's one out. And that's two out. So, GPU extraction done. So, a bit of a status update now. One thing that I'm seeing is that I used 45-degree angle adapters as well as a male-to-male riser on both of these. Now, I want the graphics card to be sitting horizontal with the motherboard itself. So that means I'm going to have to flip the PC over onto its backside later on and have to change out these fittings and maybe just have these two quick disconnects connected straight into the motherboard, just like they are into the motherboard backplane, this water plane, the same as the motherboard is. Another thing that I am now remembering is getting this 24-pin in through this hole into the motherboard as a right angle was a real pain in the ass as well. So what I had to do was unscrew this 24-pin silver bracket, and that will give me a bit more leeway to move the cables in and out. So it's a bit of a gripe with the particular solution. That's only because this is an ATX motherboard and it's a bit longer than a regular motherboard. No flooding systems here. These coolants, is it coolants? Yeah, these coolants quick disconnects, they're all quality. These are lovely. So I'll disconnect those last actually. Now let's see, I have that, I've got the front panel cables to disconnect. I want to disconnect the RGB up top. Let's see, I might just remove these bad boys here. So that's done. I just have to remember how I do the cable management as well. I'm not sure that I'll get everything nicely cable managed tonight. Just depends on how much time everything takes. Everything else takes, I should say. So, there's a pump, fans around the back here. So I have a question. I've been running a 3080 since its release, and I had been tempted to actually sell the GPU on the market when the prices were absolutely stupidly absurd. But I ended up keeping it, not buying into the hype. And now that all the GPU prices are dropping dramatically, I was wondering if you guys have picked up any of the cheap mining stock of the 3080s. Yeah, oh, that was so easy. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered that. Okay, so next up, I want to get rid of the bracket. Come around from this side. There we go. So those ones are the EK brackets. I'm actually seeing right now, I didn't actually tighten any of these screws. Okay, so let's see. There's also a screw down here. Okay, there's another one up here. There we go. Got the metal washers off. Disconnecting that, get the riser out. Another thing as well is that one of the reasons why I'm actually doing this upgrade in the first place is because I've been running a 3080 in PCIe Gen 3 compatibility mode. Because the 10900K CPU, which I'm currently using, which I have been using, does not support Gen 4 PCIe, and also the riser is a PCIe Gen 3. So this is unfortunately old tech. Now I've got my 3080 upgraded by IronNet, tough to rock. That's a pretty good deal, dude. Happy to hear it. Look, if there's only one company that I would buy from, it's IronNet. I've been buying from those guys, and all of my customer projects have been bought via them. They've been amazing. Their service has been great. So big shout out to Daniel Carlson, Daniel Svensson, Morlin, my baby Morlin. Those guys are great. Let's see, so I've got this one down here. Maybe a good idea to disconnect the CPU as well. Alright, that's one of those pain in the asses. Gonna have to disconnect that water tube and that water tube. These quick disconnects, I can't praise them enough. They're fantastic. Absolutely love them. Okay, so that gave me enough clearance to get a fingernail in there. Alright, fantastic. We've got that RGB cable up there. Sorry, just give me a sec. Alright, so this water-cooled motherboard extraction is almost completed already. I've got a screw here. So, and I got one down here. This is the last one, so I think it's the last one. Yes, it is the last one. Oops. Oh, so clean. I love it. Look at that. Quick disconnects, they're like a godsend. Now, before I forget, I might pop this chassis over if I have some kind of mod mat somewhere, so I don't scratch it up. I've got one there. So oh Jesus Christ, that is still heavy. So there we go. Poke these cables back through. So, I might actually pop you guys in to have a look. Try and get some framing right as well. Get you focused in there. I don't know, all of 720p looks very, very blurry to me. So, move these little cables out of the way. So these are the two fittings that I was referring to before. Hopefully with this system as it is, I should be able to get some paper towels and just put them on the inside there, and I should be able to unscrew those fittings, that fitting assembly on both of those, and then just replace it with that and that instead. A little coolant will probably leak out. Hopefully it won't be too bad though. Excuse me, I just burped. But I might try, I'll disassemble from the top down so that I can control how much liquid is actually coming out. Okay, so that's one. You have to rotate the fitting. Right, now I'm actually remembering how much of a pain in the butt these were to disassemble before. Okay. Next one is down, and we're still good with the first paper. So, that's what it looks like so far. Ooh, what I can do, I just had a really good idea. I have this squeezy bottle, which I just squirted coolant all over my desk with. Now that's amazing. Oh, shit. Oh, it's on my wall as well. Oh my god. Yeah. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong, as a man named Darwin once said. And what I'm thinking of doing is getting my filling bottle and then creating a negative pressure in the bottle and then sucking the coolant up. Okay, great. That worked really well. Very, very nice. And then I can just connect on the quick disconnect in its place, and that's done. Very lovely. So, time for the next one. First, this time I will remove the black one, and then I will do the straw trick again. Okay, there we go. Had a bit of coolant in that one, more than the other one, which means that it's probably the push from the pump to the GPU there, and the other one was return, so that's why there was an air pocket on it. So, negative pressure. Just going to get this in there. So, Oops, I'm actually unscrewing the entire assembly. I just want the top fitting. Gorgeous, lovely. Creating negative pressure, getting it in the hole. So, there we go. Do I even need... No, I didn't even need paper on that one. What's good about this upgrade is that I only need to do this upgrade once. So, there we go. There we go. Now the question is, the GPU will be sitting in the second slot. Just give me a sec. I just want to Google what other builders have done in a 909EK, as I want to make sure that I'm not putting these fittings in the incorrect spots, because if they go down the bottom, as to avoid contact with the top GPU, with that side GPU I should say, and hopefully it will make my life a little bit easier later on. So 909EK build images. I can see that they've used, I can't see anything, it's too blurry. Alright, it looks like most of the people are actually using hard tubing. Am I the only person who's used soft tubing in this chassis? Okay, and another thing that's apparent is that I'm going to have to move these cables down to that connection there, so they're not coming through at the very top as well. And that one also used the top ones, but it had it flipped like I did. Okay. I don't think it matters, to be honest. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't fit, then I can just always swap it over. Yeah, it should be good. Should be all good. There's no coolant leaking out. Fitted very nicely. So, that is the chassis prepared. Got that over there. There we go. Oh! Oh my God! Jesus Christ. So let's see. Just unlocking. I would really like a mod mat which is just completely black or anthracite grey. That'd be pretty cool. So first, I think we might start on the GPU. Now, as I said, this is a 3080 For the Win 3 from EVGA. Currently using the EK Waterblock's Vector GPU cooler, GPU block, This is one of the first ones that was actually made, and I think I received this one before it went on market. Served me really well. It's kept my temperatures really cool, but it is time for an upgrade. Now, the really good thing about this particular GPU block is the fact that it's got these quick disconnects which I put on, so I don't need to actually drain the block itself, which is really nice. So all I have to do is dismantle the GPU, just pull it apart, and we can get the block disconnected from the PCB and put that to the side, and I can drain it off stream. We'll drain it later on. I might have to reuse the same pipes. I might have to cut them off to a smaller length. But let's see. Now in my hand is the EK Waterblocks Vector 2 GPU block. Really lovely bit of kit. Excuse me while I raise the camera here. Get a really nice top-down view of the entire shot. At the same time as it taking up all of my workspace. Okay, there we go. Let's get a new focus on that. I think with 720p that's the best I'm going to get it, so. Not yet opened. So this particular kit is the Vector 2 4-to-Win 3 RTX 3080 and 3090 ABP. I don't know what that actually means, but it is the set. It is 2 water blocks in the one. It's the front and it's the back as well. Yeah, this is really, really great. I've been looking forward to this since release, and I received it in the mail. Unfortunately, I received it quite a long time ago. A lot of things have popped up in the meantime, which I've had to take care of. So unfortunately, that's where my time went. So we're going to be putting this onto that. You may notice that it's actually flipped. It's like a mirror version, and that's because this is actually the backplate. So how cool is that? You've got the main CPU, the main GPU core down here, and then you also have the RAM, the active RAM cooling there as well. Now, this is not going to be as effective as if it was installed on a 3090, where you actually have the RAM chips, the memory chips on the back side of the GPU, but this should still do some good, I presume. Oh, Jesus, what a chunky boy. Look at that. Just look at it, take it in. Admire that. I can't help but see a man with very long arms, very short legs, and a square head, almost like Roblox, in this water cooling path. Got some nice accessory kits here. Accessory mounting box. A small variety of screws. a whole bunch of thermal pads. That looks like fun. Now, these little accessory boxes are so cool. Although the presentation after I've thrown the box around a bit doesn't look so nice. This bad boy stands here. It's a little spudger. It's a screwdriver spudger and a socket driver at the same time. You get 2 Allen keys. You get one of these cool little tools, which has like 4 different Allen key sizes and some thermal paste. As much as the box is cool though, I don't need it because I have all of my own Allen keys and screwdrivers and stuff. So we'll be putting that away in the box to never open it up again. So putting this off to the side. Now that's the front side. I don't want to open that. Oh, another cool feature is this cardboard here actually is a map diagram showing what components need what thickness thermal pads. So I presume that in the 3080 you have to double up on some thermal pads to account for the difference in weight because of the missing GPU memory chips on the back plate. But it basically says, like, it shows you what the different configurations are. You also got some QR codes so you can scan that and come straight into the instructions. It's another really nice feature. Nice little bowl there. I need my screwdriver kit. Here we go. And carefully remove the protective film. Before I do that, I might actually free the PCB from the original GPU block, so I've got something to transplant it into. Sorry, I just got excited with opening up a new toy. I didn't really think it through. So I'm actually going to put this block off to the side for the moment. And we can release this one here. The reason why I brought the box out was because I needed a surface to raise the GPU block off the table so that I can access the screws. Maybe I can do this. Yep, that works really nicely. Guys, in for a better view here. Oh, already got that one. Okay, removing the back plate. There we go. Have some additional screws. I disabled the lighting. Obviously you don't need the lighting on, so I just pulled it out of its little connector. Would you like an ASMR? I bet you'd love that. Alright, so I don't need those ones. Here we go. So those are the screws there. Haven't missed any. That one is not a pass-through. Okay. Let's go for it. It's a good microphone. Have I missed one? This is always so nerve-wracking. Have I missed one? I haven't. No, there we go. It's lifting off now. No, I'm an international person, Marcus. Yes, this one here needs to be removed. Okay, here I was almost destroying my PCB. So much easier. So look at that, beautiful, beautiful squishy spread on the GPU. Not. So what I'm going to do is transfer over the heat pads. And then I'll market this as one of Corsair's own. Unfortunately, I don't know any German. It's German, right? That you speak, Sniff? Okay, come on. Please don't rip. Oh, yes. This one goes in here. Have to do the mirroring technique so I know where things go. Jesus Christ. What stream was it that I was doing a very long time ago? I don't even remember. I think this one goes in here. This one goes in here somewhere. And there was a screw that had fallen into the chassis or into a PSU or something. And I had to shake the system and get it out. It's like a worst case scenario that could happen on live stream. French Canadian, right. Get some swags. I never promised any swags. I don't have the mental capacity to plan out such things. I think this one goes in here. This is going to be such a cool upgrade. I wanted to upgrade this system with a 3090, which I have sitting on the bench over there. Unfortunately though, I don't have the proper cable for it. In the same type of like grey silver cable mod sleeve. Oh no, this one's ripping. And I really did not want to use the adapter because it's really ugly. And also because it's a 12-pin cable, and the InWin 909 EK does not come with a 12-pin pass-through plate. one of those silver plates that I had pulled off earlier in the stream to get out there and to get the 24 pin out. So I could have used like a 16 pin and then had 16 pins through the hole and then just like not used all the pins somehow. I don't know, it just created so many headaches. And then I was contemplating before stream to make a cable for it. But then I thought that it would just be, I gave up. I thought it would be too much work. So I decided not to do it. So let's see, I want to, excuse me. I want to be able to drain the block of the coolant so that I can reuse the hoses. That means that I have to remove those two, maybe just tip it upside down, maybe. It's okay, I get my 3080 for the win and I get your 3090. But I already have a 3080 for the win. I'm all good, mate. I don't need another one. SLI is dead, bro. No, I haven't used my CNC lately. And that's a real unfortunate crime, to be honest. That's because the CNC does allow some fantastic things to be done. But I've been tied up with a customer project, and I'm still tied up with the customer project and have been for over the last year. And the customer project has used the CNC. It's one of the reasons why I got the CNC, to be able to make his custom parts. But then during the process, the custom parts needed to be changed out and needed to be redone. And it got to the point where I couldn't complete any other projects or use the CNC for any other projects which I thought would be fun to do for myself. So this is currently one of the first projects, like this upgrade here is one of the first things that I'm doing for myself in a very, very long time. And it feels good. I've been very busy with life, studies, my customer's PC, which has already been completed like 4 times now. But new products get released and has to get updated. And my thermal paste removal looks like shit. I'd like to give you guys a zoom in. Let's pop this out of the way. And pop this up here. Okay. Bit of focus on that. Try and get some ASMR, as the kids call it today. Okay, there we go. Let's see. I saw you have a new one. Which brand did you get? So the CNC brand is what's it called? It's not Sorotech, it's CNC Step. Those guys are over in Germany. The CNC itself is called the 720T, and it is actually a stronger version of the regular retail one. And this configuration is made with the thought of doing aluminium machine work. So it has a strengthened what's the top bar core that travels along the y-axis? Is it called the girder? The gird? No. The gantry. It has a stronger gantry, And as well as that, it has ball screws and steel rods along the x-axis as well. It cuts aluminium very, very awesomely, and it's made a lot of custom parts for this PC that I'm working on, which I can actually show you now that I've got the GPU cleaned up. So you'll be seeing the current progress on my customer's PC with all of the custom aluminium parts. Hope you guys don't mind the deviation from the regular program's advertisements. Okay, so holy Jesus Christ! Here it is. So this is still currently top of the line system. It's a bit dusty at the moment. 3090 Ti Strix. No, not a Ti, a 3090 Strix. A 12900 KS CPU with the Z690 Glacial motherboard. So that's the updated version of the one that I have installed in my system. Currently cooled by a couple of 360 radiators on the bottom. There's a 1200 watt PSU in the bottom here as well. The custom aluminium machine parts are this side part on the test bench here, the GPU bracket here. Let's see. There is a ribbon of aluminium along the edge here. GPU block support here as well. And then this bracket along the side of the BC1 as well. These screw into the side of the BC1, and they fit perfectly within all of the nooks and crannies. There is a nook in here. It has a bit of a cutout on the test bench. So my aluminium part goes in there and goes in here as well. Also, there are a couple of slots in the bracket itself on both sides, so that this GPU bracket can slide backwards and forwards depending on what type of graphics card you install. Now this is a Strix. It has an offset for the PCB of roughly 2 centimeters. So I tried to make the offset roughly 2 centimeters as well, so that if he was to upgrade to a different GPU with a normal size and still has an EK water block, then he would be able to slide the entire bracket assembly in this direction, so that he can still use the same pipes. Now this is considering that he still uses the old water block, the Vector 1 series water block. This one has a currently has an active backplate on it as well. So if he uses any type of EK Vector 1 with an active backplate, then all of this will fit together really nicely. Custom cables all around. I love these wires. The wires catch the RGB lighting. The motherboard itself has RGB lighting. It lights up the pipes, lights up the pipe here, catches on the cables. Water-cooled RAM. There's 64 gigabytes of DDR5. Team Group 5200, I think, is the speed that the 64 gigabytes. There are 2 kits of 32 which go up to. 2 times 2 terabyte M.2 here. There's another 2 inside the motherboard, so he's got 8 terabytes. There's RGB lighting in the belly underneath here. Yeah, it's a cool little system. Kind of a weird form, because this system will be mounted inside of a desk. So all of the part from the aluminium upwards is going to be visible. All of the radiator and stuff is going to be hidden underneath the desk. I have to do more upgrades on this now because the customer wanted different radiators, different fans. So I have to change those out. I have to redo this pipe here. And also this pipe here, which goes from the CPU all the way down. Have to change the fans. The fans will be on the outside, so new fan cabling has to be done. New custom cables for SATA power has to be done as well. So yeah, there's a lot more to do. It's got to be finished by next week. Cool project. So that is that project. And it's really heavy. So bloody heavy. So, where was I? GPU. GPU. Try and get some focus in there now. Okay, got autofocus on. Yeah, look, the quality on the CNC itself is amazing. I did have a couple of gripes regarding, I got an enclosure for it in the hopes to reduce noise and mess. Now, the noise levels have been reduced, but the mess has not. The reason why is because around the perimeter of the CNC itself, so I'm just grabbing a ball for some screws here. Around the perimeter of the CNC itself, between the CNC and the actual wall of the enclosure, there's actually an air gap, and that allows chips to fly through the air gap onto the floor and onto any equipment and containers that just happen to be underneath at any given point. So that is very unfortunate. I did get a quote for them to send out a solution to fix that problem. They suggested a full steel plate to be mounted underneath. But it did seem like that a bit of deconstruction of the enclosure itself needed to be done, and I really wasn't feeling up for it. And I thought that the cost of the steel, like this is really thick steel, and the shipping alone was like half of what the CNC cost. So let's see, I think I might have to remove this as well. How do I remove the direct cooling? I know it's held in by magnets. Is there a way that I can like just pop it off? So let's see, I need a better CNC. My hobbyist CNC is not strong enough for some of the future project. Yeah, look, hit up the guys at CNC Step. They can probably get something out that perfectly suits your needs. Like they had a good customer service when I was there. Well, I wasn't there when I was speaking with them, and they was able to properly organize a system, a setup for me that suited my needs. How do I get this thing out? Maybe it's a good idea to check the instructions. Oh no. That sucks. Okay. Do it the old-fashioned way then. Check out the analytics. 3 concurrent viewers. This live stream is going off. EKWB. I want to go to the EK shop. There we go. 3080 for the wind 3 for the wind 3 vector 2. The APB set. Let's have a look here. There we go. Instructions. Installation manual. Who read manuals? Yeah, well, I couldn't actually get this little magnet thing off to get the terminal disconnected or unscrewed. Okay, terminal badge. First remove the terminal badge, which is attached to the terminal with 2 magnets. Yeah, well, no shit, but how do you remove it? Do I have to get something really thin in and like scrape it out? Let's try this. Ugh. I really didn't want to have to dig a knife in. But it did work. I like the feel of these as well. These are brushed aluminium. Try and get a good look for you guys here. Brushed aluminium, and then they have some kind of, looks like it's been painted first, and then they run it through a rolling band machine, almost at a line as drop tips, and that's how they get the brushed look on the top face, but then keep the black underneath. It's a really good contrast. So they still use hex keys. Sorry, you guys probably don't want to look at my elbow the whole time, right? Oh, what? So the terminal is attached to the bridge? Oh, that's cool. Man, I love engineering. Okay, so let's see. On the terminal bridge itself, there are washers inset. Okay, so I have to be careful and make sure that those gaskets, not washers, the gaskets don't actually pop out and get lost. Look at that. So here are the instructions for the non-instruction reading people, such as myself, most of the time. I actually used one of these for a Strix motherboard, and it worked out really well. Okay, so that's why the socket driver was there in the package. Too small. Yeah, you mean the terminal bridges, they're easy to mod, definitely. You just have to spray over them and then you can brush them again. Okay, so what the hell? Let's see here. Aha, okay. Well, that's not good. one of the standoffs for the standoff came out of the actual block itself. Oh, there was another one. I'll have to get some pliers out and fix it up. Okay, so got that one out. Should be able to slide the paper out now. Maybe. Nope. Had another one. Okay. Oh, come on. Why? Get off. Release. There we go. So I'm assuming then that all of the top standoffs have to come off, because then those top standoffs screw in to attach the PCB front side to this particular face of the water block. So where was the other one? It was over here. Is that where it was? No, here. One thing I don't like about the For the Win water block design is that there is such an open space for all of the PCB to be shown. It would be great if there was some kind of way to put like a black vinyl on this section here, so that it actually hides all of the PCB around here. I don't know, my opinion might be different once I get it into the system. I have to remove this one. No, I'm removing that one as well. Oh, that's kind of annoying. This is a pretty big inconvenience. So let's see. Okay, it's a different hex driver. It's actually not a hex driver at all. It's just a circle with two flange bits cut out. So there we go. Let's see, I don't want to pull. I'm actually pulling up the long standoffs from the acrylic, and that's something I really don't want to do. There we go. Okay, so I wonder what that one was for. It was from the other side. Yes, okay. Cool. Cool, cool. Got all of those in. Now I need to get some parts going here. That one there. This one here. Pop this one down like this. Quickly running out of desk space here. But should be good. So let's see here. Orange. Orange is thermal pad F 1mm. So we have 1mm. 1mm. Those are ones. Those are ones. Those are 1.5. Some chunky boys. Put those to the side. Need some scissors. So that one, ram, chokes, controllers, that. So okay, do these ones first. Here's a tip. I don't know if anyone else uses it, but I usually put the blue side down, the dark blue side. I put it over where I want that particular heat pad to go, and I just press it all the way along. And then what you can see is there is an outline of where the actual chips are. So then you can just actually cut along the outline. Now I just remembered I actually have some. Where are they? High thermal capacity. High thermal capacity. What are those things called? Heat pads. Where are they? They're in a box somewhere. Okay, so they're not there. Next one. Nope. Empty. Okay, so they're all screws. Of course, that link. Alright, give me a sec, I just need to find these. Are the kids in bed now? Alright, so here we go. I'm back. Now, massive shout out to my friend and colleague, Dave Alcock, who at one point used to work at AlphaCool and had supplied me with a bunch of high capacity thermal pads for a project that never happened. Now, these are very, very nice. I don't know which ones I will be needing. I don't remember what thermal capacity they are, but I know that they are better than the current stock blue ones. So let's see here. Not that one. Not that one. I think these are thermal tapes. Okay. And you guys might or might not know, but Dave Alcock, quite a while ago, was he left AlphaCool, and quite recently he started working for EK Waterblocks. I wonder, is this going to be enough for all of these components? I might use... I don't know what thermal capacity those are. You know what? I won't worry about those. It's too much hassle. I'll just use these ones. I don't think I've got all the right dimensions anyways. So, cutting along the lines. So, and then I need to make another one just as long, but half of the width. So I want it there, there, half of the width. So, and while I've got this, I can do these ones as well. There we go. Okay, so I wonder if the autofocus squares are actually coming up. So, alright, it's going to take a short break, and I'll be back within a couple of minutes. Hello, hello. I am back. I am back. So, if you guys have just joined in while I've been away, I had disassembled my computer and pulled out the graphics card with the old EK waterblock, and I am upgrading it with a Vector 2 waterblock and active backplate. Very, very nice hardware. And that's what you can see on the table in front of you. Once I get the system, the GPU out of the way, because this is quite a tedious process, to be honest, then I will be able to get on with the motherboard upgrade, where I'll be fixing, I have to take apart the motherboard water block, and then and that's not just like undoing 4 screws, because it's a mono block, so it's attached all over the motherboard, including the VRMs and whatnot. So it does require a bit of disassembly to get to that hardware. But in there, I'll be swapping up the 10900K for a 11900K. The reason why that upgrade is important, even though that you lose a couple of CPU cores, is the fact that the system will then be PCIe Gen 4 compatible, because in its current state with the 10900K it is not compatible. So the system itself has been running with this 3080 for the Win 3 in PCIe Gen 3 compatibility mode. Excuse me. Hey man, how's it going? Going good, thank you. Thank you for asking. I wonder how you've been as well. Alright, so I'm going to remove these blue protective films, foils, as EK calls them. Oh, this blade really sucks. It's so wobbly. Much better. Oh, this is so tedious. Oh my god. There we go. I want to know if you guys have been playing. I've been playing a new game. Well, not a new game, but I've been playing a game with a bunch of friends lately called Hell Let Loose. Have you guys heard of it or played it? Playing it? I'm loving it. I've put in 100 hours late at night. Tweezers. Alright, I'll try tweezers. I've never tried tweezers. Let's see. I don't even know where the tweezers are actually. No, don't have tweezers. Oh wait, I do. Here we go. That'll work, right? All right. Yeah. Got a pair of tweezers now. Damn, Ludwig. He was right, dude. Look at that. Works like a charm. Alright, I need to pull the trigger on EK's new P36 radiator, move my buildings to the test bench so I can send my X-Proto. Oh, dude, I really want an X-Proto. And I can say that those new radiators are freaking sweet. I'm very fortunate to have a couple here at home already, which are going to be used for a upcoming project or ongoing project. Also, yeah, I heard about Hell Let Loose. When you play with friends. Hey, the tweezers work, dude. Hell Let Loose, yeah, look, I love it. We're a couple of guys who play on Friday evenings. They just released a couple of the new, they released a new map and then re-released some maps as a nighttime map. So we played a couple last night. It was really, really good fun, even with the night maps. I thought that visibility would be worse though, but they added a lot more fog. It is harder to see people. I'll give them that. It's a lot harder to see people, definitely. So, check, 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 check. We've got those done. Want to grab a couple for some projects. The radiators, they're so nice. Really easy to mod as well, if you want to just like change out the silver. Okay, I just want to get one more dab of isopropyl on this. There we go. I think those might actually be scratches on my GPU die, which I thought was like residue, but I guess not. So, moment of truth. Doing the old X method. X for X-Man. A bit more up there, a little bit of a dot. You guys may laugh at my application skills here. I'll get a nice good goopy shot of it for you. But I generally err on the caution of more is better. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. So, we've got a couple of 1mm left over. It's all good. I want to get that onto this. I want a box. I've got a box now. put that there. Flip this over. There we go. Ploop. Oh, so good. So good. I have some S&P, love them a lot. Some XC on the way for an in-wind project with new glacial. A new in-wind project. What's the chassis? Tell me. Are you doing a Z tower? Bukkake. Soggy biscuit. What's that in-wind chassis that you're doing, or the in-wind project? I've got to know. So let's see, M2.5 screw with a washer. Okay, and then standoffs. So I can do standoffs. That's curious because the standoffs do not require and tighten them evenly, because the standoffs do not require a washer. So what happens if you over tighten these little standoffs which I pulled out of the GPU before from the block don't require standoffs, so I'm a little bit worried. They want one there and they want one there. And they want one there. They don't have any in stock. I will do a simple D frame. Is it a D frame 1? That's like one of the only in-wind frames cases that I don't have. I used to have. No, the D frame 1 I don't have. I have a D frame 2. So that, and also what's the other one as well? There was another one. The D frame 1, the X frame 1, but I really didn't like that one anyway, so it's not a big problem. So don't have that one. And also, what's that big round one? As well as Day, you know, that massive standing one with the wings that are mechanically folded like a butterfly or something. I don't have that one either. So there's like 3 cases that I don't have. I had the opportunity. Well, didn't have the opportunity. There was an amazing D-frame custom painted which popped up over here in Sweden, and it was on the market. And I really wanted it, but I just didn't have enough money at the time. So I missed out on that opportunity to get it. So that really sucks. I think the D-frame one is one of the... I think it's a better looking one out of the 2 D-frames which have been released. I actually love the in-wind D-frame mini. Yeah, I love it as well. I modded one. And then I sold it, and I regretted it afterwards. And then I got another one, a second-hand one, and it was really ratty. Like, it was totally disgusting. I really thought that the condition of it would have been better. So it's quite unfortunate. But I do have one here, and if I do end up modding it, then I've got it. The D-frame one, awesome. Now, before you deleted that message, you asked about the H-frame. I have a H-frame as well. I had it sent out to me by InWin, but it did not have a PSU. Why is this not going in? Why? Okay, might have to attach it with this. That's why I chose the one. Okay, cool. Oh, the X frame. Yeah, one of the second X frame that came out. The one that I think it was GGF LAN Party did 2 years ago. Really love that one. Okay, so got all of those in. It's kind of finger tight on the standoff, so I don't want to ruin the PCB. A little bit concerned that these actually don't use any type of standoffs. Okay. Disgusting how say rust, or is it just someone threw up on it? The D frame mini. It's the orange color, and I don't like the orange color. And so it has, I think it's like blue rubber feet. So that's not a good thing either. So if I'm to do a mod, then I need to get rid of the rubber feet, and I need to change the color of the chassis itself. Also, it's missing the GPU bracket and the motherboard bracket. It's like an attach-on piece that holds a couple of things in place. Like the GPU, and I think it's like the front panel I/O is missing on it as well. So when the guy turned up, he said he was using it for a mining setup. I don't know how he would use a mining setup, but I think he just had like core components housed in it, and then he had maybe a rack of GPUs hanging off it. Not a fan of the X frame. Oh, that's unfortunate, but everyone has different tastes. I thought the X frame was kind of like so out there. It's like it's a good center piece, kind of like the Z tower or the H tower. Wow, there's so many weird ones, isn't there? No, that's a screw. Okay, can say that I screwed up on that one. Okay, put this one here. Take this one out. That one does not go there. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one needs to go here. So tell me, Sniff, can you tell me what type of mod you're going to be doing with the D-frame? Please tell me you're going to do a custom water-cooled water cooling manifold for the motherboard tray, or something weird and crazy. There was a D-frame 1 mod that I saw a couple of years ago, done by a German guy. Oh no, did I ruin the threads? Okay, and it was basically, it was like a Terminator theme, and he had some kind of like Terminator head on one side. I thought that was pretty silly mod, but the actual panel work on the manifold, which runs the entire motherboard tray, looks pretty amazing. D-frame was orange and blue rubber. Now it's a pure white, and I do a full distro instead of a motherboard tray. Oh my god, there it is. I called it. It's going to be awesome. I'm sure you can 3D print the case feet. Probably, and the guy probably had the GPS outside the case. Yeah, that's what I was expecting as well. should have heard the guy's car when he pulled up. He was going to deliver it at my house. You could hear the car from like over 20 kilometers away. Wait, I have an extra standoff. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, two, three, four. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, an extra standoff. Thank you for messing with me, EK. My God. Delay in the comments, yeah. I think it's like a minute delay or something. I don't know any of this streaming stuff, to be honest. It's all French Canadian to me. So let's see. I've got that on. I've got the standoffs in. Okay, and this is where shit gets crazy. They want 2mm pads here. It's my GPU. No, GPU is not the right way up. So let's see. Here we go. Put more screws in. Yeah, I know. I didn't really notice that until I emptied the bag out regarding the screws. So I was just like thrown for a loop, and I had an extra fitting, an extra standoff. So 2mm, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 1.5. That's easy enough. Okay. So those are 2mm. And that one is 1.5. Okay. So 1.5, and they want 1.5 over here. Extra in case you lost one. Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm going to just pop this over. Okay, I want to fill the entire thing here. Okay, so it's a square. Might do something like this. Scissors. So get this one here going, like that. And then I want roughly the same. But then I want something like that. So I'm wondering, for you guys who do play Hell Let Loose, if you guys want to jump on for a game sometime. Maybe if I can get this PC completed tonight and get it set up, then maybe I can play tomorrow evening after 8. (8 p.m. Central Eastern Standard Time. 20:00. So got that one down, and then I need, so there were ones, that's 1.5, and I have 2. So I need all of that. Ploop. And all of that as well, okay. And then what? All of that? This is pretty weird. I actually don't have enough 2mm. Oh, I don't have enough 2mm. Okay, that's weird. When I could stack 1mm to get the job done. So it's asking for 2mm here, there and there. I don't see why I need it there though, but it tells me to put it there. So that's 1 strip, and that's 2 strip. There. Then they want 1 over here. Look at that. But then they also want the back of the RAM. So I guess I'll be stacking. It's quite weird. I think they were meant to send out one more strip. Join you in the gang on how that sadly don't have a gaming system with me, holding off until AM5 comes around. Oh dude, I'm really looking forward to AM5. That's a shame, but when you do get your system up and running, dude, hit me up. Hit me up on Messenger. Go and kill some Yanks and Nazis and Brits and stuff. Got to tell you, like those nighttime missions, they're pretty cool. So let's see. Okay, so they want half of that chip covered. Okay. Do that then. And they want this entire thing covered. What's up here? There's nothing up here. That's a waste. Go home, EK, you're drunk. So, put this one here. Ploop. Looking good. The question is, what is actually underneath that? Okay, it's the chokes. Yep, I'll get those, I'll keep those in the chokes. I don't want to play around with that. So, there we go. Get this one here. Moderate on PCG, so I've been read all about this and some other amazing gameplay. So good, like in all the marketing they talk about with like Battlefield and Battlefield moments and whatnot. To be honest, I don't think Battlefield's got anything on Hell Let Loose regarding the moments, like the explosions in that game, the turnarounds. I mean, you can't fly a plane, you can't jump out of a plane and fire a rocket from your plane while parachuting at another plane and blow it up and then go to that plane and steal it. But you know, how superficial is that? You got a whole team running around trying to do stupid shit like that. No one plays objective. Check that. Everyone just runs around rocket launching each other, and the game is just ADHD. Especially the last one, the last Battlefield, it's just complete trash. I tried to refund my free copy. They told me no. So there we go. The weather update. On which one? On the Held It Loose, the nighttime maps. You get the nighttime maps going, and then there's like a lot of fog. It's so moody. And you can't see as good as what you normally do, so you have to rely more on sound and communication. Okay, so got that one done. Kind of dissecting the heat pad as well, but I don't care. Yeah, I'll try. I've uninstalled it twice so far. I got a free copy via my friends at NVIDIA. You know, sometimes they send me over a CD key, depending if I've done a project with them or not. So, before the release, when the beta was just released, I had just finished my project PC with Battlefield 2042 as the theme. I think that's maybe the right size, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I was using the Singularity Computers Spectre 3 with a prototype power distribution board. Really nice case. Easy to scratch though, because it's all acrylic. So it's really easy to scratch it and mark it up. So that's quite a shame, but I got a custom paint job on it. Did some custom decals. I ordered an official, like a real photo from a photo store. I haven't done that for quite a few years, for like over a decade. But I ordered a real photo of a Battlefield 2042 poster. I cut it the size and stuck it on the back, and it looks great. Well, it looked great. I don't have that chassis anymore. I had to sell it off to pay the bills. So I've got all the thermal pads done. Finally. How long has this taken? Like 2 hours already? I haven't even gotten to the motherboard, the part that I want to upgrade. Better components, just doing aesthetic. There's a foil here which I want to remove. Easier to remove it now. Okay. So, refer to the instructions again. Put down and then screw. Okay. Oh, we can't have that. The blue is showing through. That's no good. We don't want blue showing through into the back. Time to give this a haircut. So the power delivery board on your J2 Sense, great idea, but the acrylic is what I don't like. Too much effect to keep it scratch free. Yeah, you need to have a bunch of microfiber cloths handy. I mean, that's not a problem, you know, but if you're moving the case around a lot for photography, like what I had to do, it really wasn't the best to work with. Okay, just need to shave a bit more off, just a bit more. But that power delivery is real good. It does keep things nice and tidy, but it does mean that you do have to create, well, I had to create new cables for it. Apparently Singularity sells custom cables for that power delivery board, but at that point mine was a prototype. I actually got mine in before Jay's 2 cents and had to stuff around with it. So I'm quite honoured to be the first person in the world that he sent that to. But it did mean, however, there we go, sorry about that, camera turned off. But it did mean that I had to make all of my own cables. And also I used an E80X motherboard on that. I actually used this glacial in that project. So that unfortunately meant that I had to make those cables instead of getting them provided. So that is that. Now it's time just to put down to screw it in. Man, this looks so good. The one thing I don't like though, if you look over here, there's that lighting panel and there's currently nothing above it. A future mod, I might actually do this, is I might cut something with the CNC out of aluminium, such as my logo, to cover up this plate, and then have the logo just over this little centerpiece, so it's my logo which would be lit up. While I'm at it, I might actually make the lighting bigger and make a bigger logo. Could be pretty cool. Man, this water block looks so cool. Custom cables, yeah dude. Had to do a full extension set, so 24 pin to 8 pin EPS, 3 8 pin PCIe, fan cables, RGB cables, the whole lot. Okay, cross formation here. Work my way in. Now this would be a pretty sucky time to find any type of fingerprints on the underside of the acrylic. Okay. Double checking all of these. Oh, nope, can't screw that one. Now, in regards to this particular GPU, there are 2 RGB strips, one for each side, so there are 2 connectors. I had one connector before, and that was connected straight into the motherboard, and then beside that was a 12 volt, this is a 5 volt addressable RGB. So I'm going to have to use some kind of RGB split cable somehow. I don't know how that's going to fit, where it's going to fit. I mean, I could run the cables in like this, and hide them inside the GPU, but then there's a risk that it will get caught and burn somehow. Okay, let's see. I can see some minor PCB warping, but nothing too serious, actually. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, and time to put down this sweet PCIe, no sorry, terminal. Where did I put, here it is. Put down the protection. There we go. Tweezers get the hard reach places and clean the inside. Good advice. Okay, so got that on. Man, this is so cool. Do a bit in the middle. Bit on the side. I've got a confession to make. I watched a series on Netflix called Arcane. Now, I've never played League of Legends, never been interested in it. Still haven't played it, still not interested. But I watched the series, and it was amazing. I'm wondering if you guys have checked out Arcane, and if you have, what you thought about it. Like this, the animation, like I'm an animation geek. I appreciate art. The animation in it's just flawless, so good. And I know you, Ludwig, have started getting into, I'm pretty sure it was you anyways, started getting into anime. And Arcane isn't anime by any stretch of the imagination, but it does take a lot of cues from anime series in regards to how the storytelling is done. Oh, so good. Look at that. Look at that. I completed RTX 3080 for the Win 3, APB, active backplate cooling. We've got the logos there, just magneting in its little place. Oh, so good. The front side here, look at that. It's gorgeous, and that's going in my PC. I'm a very lucky guy. So that's done. Let's see. I do need 2 plugs. Let's pop those in quickly. Fell in love with the animation, the soundtrack. Yeah, dude, the way that with the soundtrack, the way they put the soundtrack into the animation and just synced it up, it was so good. Like, I was really surprised when Magic Dragons popped on. When Magic Dragons popped on for the intro, I thought that's pretty sick, you know. So I watched the intro the first time on the first episode. That was pretty cool. But then, like, on the last episode, leading up to like the massive fight between the woman with the robot arm and the chick when she gets her double power fists. Oh no, I dropped the screw. And you can actually see like the magic dragons winding up to play their song, and the song matches with the animation. That getting goosebumps thinking about it. It was so good, so well executed. The last song I see is when my hairs and hands stand on neck. I thought it was Sting, googled it, and yes, it was Sting. So cool. So we've got that done now. So off stream I have the old GPU. I have to put my tweezers away. This one can go over here. So I'll be needing that again very soon. I fix it, put these away. Post a lot of stuff on Facebook about anime, but I've been watching anime since 2003. Okay, I didn't know that you had been watching since then. So you probably already knew about many of the titles that I had recommended or mentioned. That's cool. So I have to remember to fix an RGB split, which then runs into the back of the chassis, so then I can split these two onto it. Okay. Pause that resistance. Here we go. So, time to, let's see, do I want to change, I like the way that these are. I'll pop out the RAM to begin with. These RAM sticks I've been using in my daily driver for, no joke, they're a 3200 kit. Been using them in my system since I received them, and I received these back in 2018. So 3 years I've been using this kit. They still look amazing, but the speed, they're not the right speed anymore. They're not there anymore. So let's see here. I might have to drain and plug. Because I need to flip it over and get to the screws on the other side. I will have to do that. Or are they over here? Quick disconnects are fantastic, yeah. Look at this, look. Look. Bloop. So good. Here we go. Put those to the side. Don't want to ruin my kit of RAM. What sort of RAMs are you going for now? Okay, so the RAM I'm going for now is the Apollo RGB by Predator 3600 kit at CL16. Anodized aluminium black down the bottom, silver at the top. It has acrylic with a silver sticker on it. From this angle, I really wasn't too sold on how good it would be. But once they're actually installed, and this is the only part that you see. I can't actually get that focused now. We'll see it when it's all in the system. But these match the motherboard fantastically because the same anodized surface here as what it is on here, almost matches perfectly. Really great. So, Bleach. Yeah, I watched Bleach quite a few years ago. I really fell off from the series, and it just seemed like it was repeating itself a lot. Come on, get in there. There we go. So, got that drained off. Oh, I love Clev. I wish that I used to have a sponsorship with Clev quite a few years ago, back in DDR3 times. And I think that I had the opinion that their RAM was some of the really, like the Kraz and the Kraz 2 were fantastic, like so fantastic. The last arc is coming October this year. I've seen a lot of people talk about the Bleach arc because it's in the manga. So I'm kind of curious to check it out. Yeah, okay, it's a filler arc. So I never read the manga, so haven't read any manga ever. So I just wasn't sure if like what the deal was with Bleach. There was like so much fluff. Don't like fluff. Okay, need a couple of stop fittings. There we go. Very nice. I flip this over, and we have to get to the guts, the main guts of everything. So there were 3 different types of screws. I'm going to try and map these out as best I can. Okay, so those ones go down in the bottom corner. There. This is the M.2. There we go. This one looks like VRM. And it is the same. The fluff is the right term. Fluffing the anime watcher's ego with fan service. Okay, I can't get that one out. I don't remember if that one needs to come out though. No, that doesn't. Come on, get out. There we go. Come. So that was that last one, and then I need Best RAMs in DD. With the Clev stuff, the best RAMs in DDR3. Yeah, they were pretty tight. Tight timings, I mean, not like tight as in tight. So, that is the motherboard panel. Put those over here, put this one over here. Pop this here. Good job. Now, there's a couple of connectors that I have to remove. I don't remember where from though. Okay, so let's see here. Alright, I'll have to remove those three as well. Just to double check to make sure there's nothing hidden underneath. So, now I do have the option of putting the, oh by the way, I'm installing a Predator 1TB M.2 SSD. Now I do have the opportunity of putting it in one of these two slots, or because I'm already going for the CPU change in the system as well, there's actually an extra M.2 which is water cooled in here, so I might pop it in there. Alright, and there's that cable. One of them at least. That. I'm pretty sure there is another one. Ah, I missed these two, the obvious ones. 1 and 2. Okay, there we go. Wow, look at that thermal paste connectivity. There's a conductivity. Now I do need to find a standoff for the M.2, and I'll be changing that CPU out. Currently installed is a 10900K, which does not support PCIe Gen 4. So I'll be swapping this bad boy out for a 11900K, and I'll find a standoff for that. Let's see here. I've got the old Boxeroo down the bottom here. So, accessories. Manuals. A box of screws. There we go. Perfect. So, need my little socket driver here. Too small. Yeah, this M.2 is so, it's going to be so good. Like, currently I have two M.2s installed, and they're on the DIMM2. Both of them are 512 gig. Is this too big? Yeah, I just do it by hand. Both of them are 512 gigs. I have one for the operating system and one for everything else basically, and then I also have a 2 terabyte SATA drive, but I want more game capacity. The current problem is that I have to delete some games to install some games. That's going to help with the problem. So let's see, I've got the pad installed already. Future Justin was, past Justin was very kind of Future Justin. And CPU. So 11900K. This was supported by iNet and Intel for a past project. It's being redistributed now into this one. Now, funny story is that I never actually run the latest and greatest in hardware. That's purely because all the latest and greatest is always tied up in projects, in like current builds, and sometimes I take too long with those current builds and by the time I'm finished with that particular generation, it's at that point past generation. Okay, so how does this go in? Goes in like this, maybe? No? Goes in like this? What am I doing? How do I even? Oh, this Intel packaging. What am I doing? So, by the time the 13,000 series comes out, I probably will be able to upgrade to 12,000 series. So, I've got those down. I wish Intel didn't just make a mess. Oh, I wish that too, buddy. So, let's get a little bit of removal here. Now, I am running the risk with this upgrade in regards to the thermal pads, because they've been crushed. So what I might try to do, I wonder if flipping them will have any positive effect. Probably not. So, let's see now. Okay, there we go. All in frame and focused up. I'll have to find a box for the CPU now. There we go. My screwdriver. Currently have that driver in. I'm going to flash the BIOS and the motherboard to the latest. No, I didn't do that. I didn't flash the BIOS. But it does have the easy BIOS update. So even with the system off, you can pop in a USB and update it that way. It does have some kind of upgraded BIOS. I have upgraded it. I did it last year at some point, so maybe it is compliant with that 11 series. You know, it actually does have it has run an 11th gen before, when I think about it. This motherboard I used in the Battlefield 2042 project, and that project actually had a 10,600 K CPU, an i5. No, 11,600K, sorry. The 11th gen. All good. In the hood. As it should. Okay, so... there we go. My camera is turning off a couple of times now, so I think it may be overheating. A little bit of torque. But this 1TB drive, the reason why I'm actually installing this is because it will actually directly replace my two 512. So I might do a petition on the 1TB so that I can just move in my operating system and the current PC games which are installed on the other 512GB SSD, M.2 SSD, and then I will be able to remove those two M.2s which I currently have installed in the DIMM 2 and then upgrade those to a higher capacity, so I can maybe swap out the two 512s for like two 1TB. Could be pretty cool. Okay, so, and that is it. That was a very, very pain-free CPU and M.2 upgrade. So I've got to put the bracket on. And then I also want to put the new RAM in. It's going to look so cool. Motherboard connected up, great. Those are all in. Screw that on. Oh, I forgot to... Damn it. Oh, I was going to take a photo of the M.2 as I had it installed, but I forgot. But I guess that means I'll be taking apart the PC at another point. Anyways, let's get this RAM in. Sweet, sweet RAM. This is so good. There we go. And then the DIMM 2. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is pretty cool. So let's see, I need to install these as well. Is one larger than, one is longer than the other. So I want the longer one on the top one. Okay, and they are both exactly the same size. That doesn't matter. So I'm going to close this. Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! These actually have a lot of tension in them. So when I popped it off right now, it actually kicked it off into the element which is on the wall, like a little rocket. Oh, scared the crap out of me. Complete. So, got this one in. There we go. Next one in. Oh, this sucks. There we go. Or not. Yes. So those are in. Good stuff. So, GPU done, motherboard done. I've done the upgrade for the M.2, the RAM, the DIMM2 is in place, new blocks. I need to do the pipes for those, so I need to free those up. I can now install these components into the chassis. So, let's do something like that. Should be good. Okay, pop that out of the way. Pop that out of the way. You can get the RAM out of the way. Pop the motherboard over here. So, oh Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh. Oh. Wow. That thing is heavy. So, in here I need to needed to consider changing out that RGB cable. I need an RGB splitter for the graphics cards, and I can put that in now before those go in. So I'll do that now. So maybe I can put the motherboard in already and connect up the wires. I have to go up and dig out a RGB cable. Be right back. 4-pin. Let's check to see if it's the same length. It is indeed. Good stuff. To replace that, reflectors and stuff. I need this one, maybe one of these. Are there any? Here we go. Alright, so let's see. Is that a rhino? Why is that 3D printed apart from this thing? Yeah, you mean the gun? Okay. Didn't know what he was meaning. That is actually the, I think it's called the Enforcer? No, the Wingman. The Wingman from Apex Legends. 3D printed that one. A very long time ago, actually. It's one of the first prints I've ever done, and turned out really well. I did have plans, however, to paint it and glue it, but I never did get around to doing that, unfortunately. Okay, so removing this. This is a 12-volt RGB strip, which I've been using at the top of the reservoir to light up all of the coolant inside, because I'm using EK Waterblock's Mystic Fog, and it's held up extremely well. I don't understand why they're getting all the negative press that they have been, but that's just the way it is sometimes. Oh no, I don't know what side is what. Oh crap. Is it this one here? Could test it and try it out. That would be one of the last things that I do then. I need to put this in, and hopefully it reaches all the way to the connector. So try that. Will it reach? Will not reach. Okay. So I'll have to use an extender. Got those two there. Boom. We're going here. Boom. And then I need some electrical tape. What does it say? Yeah. Look, I made the mistake. I actually said the GUN word without thinking about it, but at the same time, this stream isn't monetized anyway. I don't know how to monetize stuff. So yeah, the hand thing that does the pew pew that's sitting in the back. It's yeah, it's from not from Destiny, from Apex Legends. I have seen a lot of weapon designs from Destiny 2 though, and got to say, pretty cool. I enjoy them. but I never got into Destiny 2. I did download it. I did buy it and download it, but it just didn't feel right. So that one's that one. And then I've got 2 there. So that one goes there, and then I can put the GPU in. And that one was busted, so that goes in the rubbish. There we go. So, motherboard, let's install. Get the tape out of the way, get this thing out of the way. And then I had this thing. Screwdriver. So oops. Bunch of cables and stuff in the way, which I have to move. So, now this part is pretty tricky, but it's a good thing that I am ambidextrous. So, whew, Jesus. Oh, Snef plays Destiny 2. Cool, man. I tried to play it 2 times, but it didn't stick. Didn't have anyone to play with either. It could also be a deciding factor. And then at some point when other friends started playing it, I had decided that I didn't like it, and I was playing other games. I think I was playing Battlefield 5 after they had fixed it, and what else was I playing then? I was playing PUBG, I was playing a lot of CSGO as well. So, yeah, just didn't like it. Alright, so it looks like all of the screws are in now. Time to put in feels like the SATA cable wants to go in first. Up and in there. Okay, so that loops in like that, and then I wanted this one, and it actually went over the top, and then it goes underneath when I fold that in. And it says a little ploop when I pop it in, and then that one goes in there. There we go. Okay, and then we have a bunch of fan cables, RGB. So one RGB in. 2 RGBs, and these were fan cables for the radiators. Oh, it's so warm in here. come on, get in. Get in. No, am I destroying the cable now? I hope not. 4,000 hours. Jesus Christ. No, I haven't been playing Fortnite. You can rest assured, buddy. Never. Never ever will I ever play Fortnite. Man, I can't get this fan cable in. I've got to get it in, otherwise my system won't cool down. If I'm trying to install this upside down, I'm going to be really pissed off. And I actually can't see. Okay, so let's have a look here. What are we looking at? Fan cables are... No, they're pointing down. Okay. I might actually disconnect those for the time being. Yes. Oh, finally. Thank you. Arigato, Mr. Roboto. Okay, get this one out of the way, get that one up there. Cool. That's cool. I've got all the cables in, almost all the cables. I forgot about these ones. Okay, so that one is the digital RGB. And this one is the 12 volts. Volts. Goes in just like that. Or something like. Or nothing like. Okay, so now I need to get these two up and under here. This. I wonder, I need a little clamp. And of course the clamp is behind the camera. Okay, no, that doesn't want to comply. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to cable manage these two RGB cables so that they actually run down and with the help of this little clamp and the motherboard standoff screw hole, that they actually run parallel with the motherboard above the GPU, look nice, and then they disappear up into behind the chassis where I have a couple of extenders and splitters and whatnot. Okay, so I've got those ones in now. Or not. Ah, okay, the screw isn't long enough. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, just have to live with it. Okay, and then I need to feed this little RGB cable out. There we go. And that is connected into this thing here. And that one I probably will end up frying. Never ever, speaking of ever, you should have watched Evangelion as well. Pull some slack from the fan cable bundle. Yeah, I've watched Evangelion so many times. And I really want the new Asus Evangelion products so much. I'm currently doing a Z-tower, an in-wind Z-tower, which I've painted. All of the polished silver surfaces, I've painted it with a pearlescent purple blue, which looks pretty much like EVA 01. So it was never meant to be like an Evangelion build, but you know, if Asus do end up deciding, hey, we want to support this, then I've got a build ready for it. My badges are upside down. I'll do it this way. So cool, I love those. And I want 2 of these. There. And I want to plug them in. I want these to run parallel with the motherboard as such. Connect in like this. Now I want these to run up and around. Should be good. Oh, come on. Oops. Oh, yes. Oh, so many crunchy sounds. Pull this one out. Oh my God. It's in. Oh crap, I don't have a screw. Here we go. No, I need a bendy windy thing. Oh crap. Yeah dude, an EVA Z-tower. And I want to have, I wanted to set the lighting on the inside to be like a red glowing, kind of like the orb inside the engine inside of an EVA. And fluorescent lights with green paint. think it'll be pretty cool. But if I don't get the Eva stuff, if there's no like promotion, then I'm not sure that I'll do it. I think I might just keep it purple and silver in that case. Oh man, this situation really sucks here. To get this one in like this, get it in and twisting, come on, twist for me. Yes, yes, it worked. Oh my god. Oh, that sucked so much. And there's so much sag. There's GPU sag. Oh. Maybe I can pull it up with the cables. The cable's upside down now. Oh. Well, maybe. Maybe I can pull it up with the cables. Let's see, try and get some slack. Oh god. There's no slack in those. What am I gonna do? I know that Asus Nordic have said that they're not going to have any promotional samples of the Eva stuff. There is currently a worldwide giveaway from Asus in North America. So I've entered the sweepstakes for those. Fingers crossed that I might get a motherboard or a GPU. But yeah, it's one of those things. I'm going to count my chickens before they hatch. Man, I wish they had like GPU supports for the other way, like down here. Plug in the motherboard. Because it will be impossible later. Okay, that's looking mighty fine. Might leave those disconnected for now. And I might pop around the back here and see if I can get some cableage out. And the idea is that if I can get some more GPU cable out from the bottom, then I could pull it through tightly through the top of the chassis, and the cables will help pull the GPU up so that it is parallel level. Okay, so and yes, I do have a bit of good luck because the GPU cables were actually bundle tight. What's the name of it? Cable tied, that's right. So I can do this. Can pull them up quite a lot actually. It's good. It's really good. It's exactly what I needed. Okay, what have I got down here? I had another two cable ties. Okay, there we go. Lovely. So good. but then they are still upside down. Oh crap. So let's see. No sample, I just asked for some. I did too. I just presumed that they would have, but they said no. But Sniff, does that mean that you're actually getting those EVA components? I'd be really jealous. Alrighty, so we're kind of nearing completion with this. I've got the upgrade done. I've got everything installed. I just need to do some fine tuning in terms of cable management and just need to fix the GPU tubes as well. But I don't know if I'm gonna have enough energy to do it all tonight. To be honest. I'm sorry for being on the wrong side of the camera here. Mucking around beside the PC. It's much faster to do it in this orientation where I am now than to spin around the entire rig. Okay, so those ones are out. I'm currently removing the brackets that hold all of the cables in place, because then I have to pull the cables back out through so that I can spin them around, flip them over. Okay, so that one's out. Oops. Good thing the protection was on it. Been limited and no sample for model review. Gundam was limited and had some, but not these either. Yeah, I didn't even get any on the Gundams either. And those were really nice. I wanted to do a Gundam build inside the in-win Gundam coloured chassis. Come on, get out. Ah, it's all those things. Okay. Oh, the GPU comb seems to have gotten stuck. Okay, that's one. The next one is stuck as well. There we go. Okay, get this one out of here as well. So, that's that. Get that little connector down. Move it over, come on. Come on! Come on! Sweet, finally. That is so cool. So fun. Much fun. Wow. So I need to put it in like this. It needs to go around. It needs to be like this. So I need to flip it all. Okay. Oh, it does not like that. So, I might have to cut up a couple of cable ties here. Okay, so rubbish. There we go. Need to have the connectors up, so this all needs to be twisted around. Okay, let's try this out. Can tell that these cases were built, designed when 3-pin PCIe really wasn't so mainstream. Okay, so I got those 3 around. But all of my cables want to do a little twisty thing. So, pull up some slack. That's one in. That's 2. Okay, but they want to do this weird slidey, rotatey thing out that way. Alright, let's see how this looks. Yeah. It looks fine. Looks fine. Okay, and these ones need to go up there. Oh, well, I've got the cable sorted out now, and I think with that I might end the stream. Feeling pretty tired at the moment as well, so I don't know how much of a entertaining video this actually is, but for all of you guys that have followed along so far, thank you so much. You guys have been awesome. Maybe I can pick this up tomorrow and continue. What do you guys think? You want to come along for the ride then as well? Be pretty cool. Literally cool. Anyway guys, thanks a lot once again. Once this project is done as well, I'll be getting a lot of final photos and getting everything nicely set up and cable tied and cable managed and whatnot. Get some nice photos and have them presented on Facebook and Instagram on those social medias. And yeah, with that said, I would like to thank you guys for following along once again, and hope you've enjoyed it so far. Catch you later, guys.